What are your fondest memories with your father?
Ah, man. So people think Bobby Wine is the thing, eh? Yeah, Bobby Wine should have took a
Omusajja wa trumpet.
should have took a blueprint from my dad. My dad was one of the first people in this country to organize and mobilize for religious rights in this country. In his era and me growing up, I was actually part of trained prayer warriors, and this would be like about 100 people in one line, quietly marching into the parliament and demanding to talk to the president while he's in a sitting. Yeah, my father destabilized Kampala for a bit.
I remember the rally. But I remember balabye ekkubo
yabeeranga nnyo mu mawulire yalina altercations n'abasiraamu kuba be baatandika eyo enjiri ya tusome Kuruhani tuwandiika nnyo okumanya ddala era abasiraamu baamwagala nnyo abaamwagala olw'ensonga nti yali muyizi kye yali aleeta muki ku mmeeza nga baagala nnyo knowledge eyo naye at the end of the day also I grew up in an era where I think this is in the 89, 88, coming into oli muto nnyo naye ng'olaba amakanisa bakuba abantu bwe bagenda mu bakoze buno bu crusade kati nti olaba babuulira bangi nnyo.
In what way?
Just literally beating like torture beating baddekanga amasaati mayulifu kyolanga ngamba nti ebyanuufu so I grew up witnessing all of that. And of course, by the time we went to Canada, I was only 12 years old. Nayenga memory yo tekolachi tegenda, and at the end of the day, I just remember the hostility in a city where people will be praying, let's say those Friday night prayers, and then they'll come and raid a whole church.
But who is raiding?
And it ends up in a police station. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And now people have to go and get people out.
Wait,
you know what I mean?
But who is raiding?
Who knows? At that time, I was a child and I'm not aware, but I know that maybe because of the insurgency that they had just took over the city.
So
people were thinking that maybe it was still
the mid-80s.
86, 87, 88, 89. Those were very not such a freedom of religion expression in this country.
I don't think that's a story many people know about.
Yeah, it's a story that I have these memories, and I'm always like, so when I see like this era of the new people, whatever, I'm like, man, we lived that time then.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But even then, like we understood how it was important to be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw my dad, like people would go and pray at the church, starting from let's say 10 p.m. at night, all the way till 6 a.m. and they get ready to go to work from there.
Interesting.
And that would go on for 40 days.
Wow.
And then another 40-day cycle will come. And so I always say the reason I do hip-hop the way I do it, and the reason in Uganda you will have to, deal with me the way you got to deal with me, it's like I saw an example of someone who stood greatly for what he believed in.
Yes.
So how can I not stand for what I believe in?
Are there... Because I believe this greatness needs to be tapped in, right? Where does someone have access to some of the sermons or some of his speeches?
Yeah, my brother does. Some pastors here do.
I mean, online.
Online, I don't. Maybe a few if people have put them online.
We need to find them and put them online.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, maybe a few.
Yes.
But if you talk to anyone who knew him in his time, or who was there, or who was younger,
how I remember him connecting the music to the man, is that every time someone mentions your father's name, I just remember a preacher who used to blow, was it a trumpet or trombone?
Yeah, trumpet. A big one.
No music
nze nakulira mu living room nga buli lwemba ngenda okusoma mulimu bandi abazaire abakuba nga barecordinga bu tapes.
No way.
That was my environment.
Yes,
and I keep on telling people for the Christian folk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad was an entrepreneur at an early time. He also introduced the theatrical recordings of the Christian messaging into music.
Wait, like theater?
Yeah, so they'll be doing little skits on tapes and then turning a song after the skit, just to make sure that it's not just the music, you actually get the message.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
he did that formula before anyone did it.
And that's thing is just trying to do it now. Unani Avgadi.
Yeah,
He's turning people's songs into small
skits and play.
And
yeah, my dad did that. Then also he had a play called the Chama Chemizimu that I think
Is that available somewhere?
I don't know that tape.
Maybe
I wish it was.
Online,
You know what I mean? But he was at that time he was actually working with Alex Mukulu.
Yes.
During their era. You know,
but do you think they wrote these things under a pamphlet somewhere? Do you think they are like typed somewhere?
Type, man. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
But this is a story. Someone might watch this and say, "I have a copy of that." I was.
You never know.
You
never know. And it's good to always reference, from whence you've come.
Yeah.
Our experiences build what you get to benefit from.
Yes.
If my dad didn't do what he did, I wouldn't be the person I am.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So referencing their existence is just a form of us acknowledging them.
Yes.
And that allows us to continue to be aware that we're not here, on our own terms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?